essentially take the afternoon's worth of pictures. You know, what I don't see, especially out in this main development region, are any deep thunderstorms at all. This is very, very stable looking visible imagery. But even into the Antilles, even into the Caribbean, the Bahamas, across the southeast coast, the Gulf, just void of deep convection. And look at the amount of stable air in all those areas. So dry air means stability. That's not the kind of air that allows, if you will, thunderstorms to rise on their own. And as we go through the week, which is what this model is doing, it's actually, you know, we model out all sorts of things. In this case, we're modeling out the entire week. You can see we continue to be dominated by dry air. So the moisture is down along the monsoon trough. You get a wave that comes off. It's got its own moisture with it. But as it kind of chugs its way on off toward the west, it starts to choke from the dry air that's to the north. So that's the end of that. Instability can be measured in all of our basins across the Gulf, the Caribbean, off the East Coast. But look at the main development region, which is really where we look at the storms this time of the year as they come off of Africa. It is way below average here. Way below average. The white line being where you would find it, obviously going up June, July, August, and then peaking in September and October. But it is way below average. So we don't have a lot of instability out there. We don't have a lot of robust waves. And this, of course, combined with the amount of dry air that we see, is really keeping us at a min during at least the first part of the peak of the hurricane season here as we approach the peak. So, so far so good, guys. We'll keep you posted. Things can change in a hurry this time of the year, and that's what we'll be watching for. Kelly and Paul, back to you.
All right, not a whole lot in the Atlantic, but we got a whole lot of thunder right outside our studio here in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's right. We'll keep you updated on where the storms are. In fact, look at the radar right now. Thunderstorms rolling through Atlanta. Could be some delays at the airport. We'll have Jim Cantore joining Chris Warren, as well as Nick Walker and Kim Cunningham for next hour Weather Center Live.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 78. Winds south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 93. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The water has come in so fast and so furious. We've had to not only move our satellite truck, but even here at the Armed Forces Retirement Home, these huge generators may have to be shut down.
Storm tracker Jim Cantore, that's him out in the rain, but tonight he is in the studio. Tonight, a look back at his most memorable hurricanes of all time. But first, this. Lightning in Palm Beach, Florida. 3 bolts just feet away from the person who shot this incredible video. This is Weather Center Live. I'm Chris Warren. We have a special show for you tonight during this hour before we premiere the premiere of Top 10 Worst Hurricanes. But right now, we're following several severe thunderstorm warnings across the country. And for the latest on those storms and where they are right now and where they're going next, Storm tracker Jim Cantore, keep an eye on things. Good to see you, Jim.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you, too. Yeah, we're going to watch a pretty active week. Kind of transition from the Great Lakes off to the East Coast, and then kind of reline things up on the top of the ridge into the central part of the country. Some key features here to point out. This upper low, which is really helping to allow rise for what is going to be our big ridge, and that means hot, okay, this time of the year. This disturbance here that we're watching swirl its way through North Dakota and Minnesota. That's going to drop across the Great Lakes and off the East Coast this week. And, of course, out ahead of that, preceding that, we will have quite a few showers and thunderstorms. Into the southwest, deep moisture coming right up through southern Arizona. Storms are developing on the northern side of the rim and generally either sitting there, fizzling, or drifting off toward the west a little bit. There's really not a lot of upper-level steering here because we're kind of sitting underneath the upper-level ridge. Right now, storms, at least at this point, are away from Las Vegas, and hopefully we can keep them that way. Now, sometimes these thunderstorm complexes can pool their updrafts, and you can wind up with just this one huge thunderstorm complex. And oftentimes, when the air is rising in a large area, you can actually create a little low pressure. And we call these little mesoscale convective vorticity maximas or mesoscale convective systems. And there's one of them right there working its way across Mississippi into Alabama. Preceding that, all sorts of showers and storms. Some of these along the Cumberland Plateau, some of these into northern Georgia. All sorts of storminess in Alabama today from Birmingham down to Montgomery. Those have now weakened pretty rapidly. And of course, we're starting to lose the daytime heating. So that should continue to be a trend here with at least these storms. Now, some of them will still be quite frisky as they move through Atlanta and point south. But we think for the most part they will continue to weaken. All right, lightning, again, moving its way from I-575 now over in toward Roswell and Alpharetta. Storms right here over the Weather Channel, which is right there at 75 and 285. And that's why Kelly and Paul said last hour, hey, we can hear the thunderstorms outside. Storms north and west of Charleston. We'll see how far southwest these get, but right now we think they could stay just to the north of the Charleston area. Kingston, off to the east. These are the storms that moved through Raleigh earlier. They're off to the east now, and here's some more weather we think is pooling down I-40 and getting ready to move into the metro area. So Raleigh, you haven't seen the worst of it yet. Those storms earlier actually developed just to the east of you. All right, Oklahoma City, little thunderstorm complex here, dropping to the south near the Stillwater area. We'll see these come right down Interstate 35. So right now, Logan, Noble, and Payne counties dealing with those storms as they continue to push off toward the south. And storms up to the north have been very heavy rain producers, especially in Wisconsin. Waupaca has had a couple of inches of rain. Some of these areas have already measured 3 inches of rain, and Sarah's even kind of lined out a few of these estimations for us. So we've even had more rain in some cases as per estimated here, like around Wisconsin Rapids. There's 3.6. North and east of that, we've had 2.6 and flash flood warnings again in some of these same areas. This is right where Waupaca is, isn't it? Yeah, that's about right where Waupaca is. So we're going to get it again with the heavy rain. So Portage, Waupaca, Waushara counties, you're all under flash flood warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings at the present time. And this is this upper low. This is the feature that we're going to watch. Looks like a new tornado warning out. Sarah's going into that for me here into Mississippi, just to the northwest of Meridian. I'm going to have to call up the radar to take a closer look at this. By the red square here, I think we're radar indicated, but looks like a little bit of a hook just to the north of the Decatur area. If there's a tornado, it's going to be right here. What's that, sir?
Confirmed tornado moving east at 20.
All right, so we do have a confirmed tornado moving east at 20 there, just to the north of Decatur in Mississippi. So this is a dangerous storm. It's got a tornado on the ground at the present time. This is Newton County. Guys, why don't you call up Gibson Ridge out of this where we're talking about it, and we'll get it toward the end of the show, or at least the beginning of the next block. Watch out around Chunky and Decatur. These are the two towns obviously impacted. 6:45 p.m. Guys, what else are they saying about this? Tornado confirmed.
That's all they're saying at the moment.
All right. So, guys, obviously this is just breaking here, so we'll keep an eye on it and get back to you on this, Chris, as I get a higher resolution radar. You can see that little hook, that little appendage that appeared before the new one just came in, and that is moving, it looks like, just to the north of Decatur, and then we'll slide down this area. So it looks like the towns of Chunky and obviously the Decatur area are into this as well. All right, Chris, we'll keep you posted here. Let's go back to the studio right now.
All right, thank you very much. And as Jim said, we're going to check back with Jim as soon as we get more information on that tornado warning. But right now, let's go to meteorologist Kim Cunningham for a look at where we can expect more storms throughout the week. Kim.
Chris, it's going to be all over the place. Once again, we're going to see more storms coming in for the Ohio Valley, all the way in the southeast as well. This is the storm system that Jim was talking about, brings some of that heavy rain. We're going to watch this move off to the southeast into Chicago during the overnight hours. You're trying to figure out what time they're going to come through, probably between 4 and 5 in the morning. But they should weaken as they come through and then move into parts of Indiana and into looks like Detroit, maybe a few showers by tomorrow afternoon. So it should be done after that time frame. So at least tonight, still looking for those storms. The Ohio Valley, you will deal with this tomorrow. As the cold front moves east, we've got that warm, moist air heading northward. We've got a mid-level jet right over us. moderate winds, not the biggest severe weather event we're expecting, but we're expecting some severe storms, including Chicago, St. Louis, Cincinnati, Columbus, Toledo. Hail damaging winds will be the big threat for you guys. Then for the mid-Atlantic states in the Northeast, we will eventually start to see some storms in here. We have the disturbance that's moving through the upper Midwest now. That will merge, that jet stream will merge with the southern branch, and then we're going to see this trough over the east, and that's going to mean some showers and storms for us over the next couple of days. So expect scattered thunderstorms, Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, all the way over towards Washington, D.C., and we'll see that increasing into Thursday for the Northeast. So if you have travel plans into Philadelphia, Thursday could be stormy. We could see airport delays in this area as well, including here in Pittsburgh and in Charleston. So, Chris, looks like a stormy couple of days, but also a big heat wave coming our way, too.
Exactly right, Kim. It is hot as we look right now. Many spots in the upper 80s, mid 80s. If you're not reading those temperatures on the thermometer, that is what it feels like outside throughout the South. This is taking the dew point and the humidity into account here. What it feels like it is almost 100 in Dallas, 97, 102 is what it feels like in San Antonio. We're going to let you know how long and how big this heat wave is going to be and how long it's going to last. And throughout the show, we're going to count down the top 5 videos of the day, starting right now with the number 5 video. Some strong winds during this monsoon season for some of those storms in Gilbert, Arizona. We're going to count down to number 1 throughout the course of the show. Join us next on Weather Center Live with a look at the big-time heat.
And so the conversation turned until the sun went down, and many fantasies were there on that day. Keep feeling fascination.
Red, white, and blue pancakes are under $5. That's about as American as it gets.
What do you mean?
Blueberry pancakes, strawberries, and cream cheese icing starting at just $4.99. Apple pie, watch out.
Welcome to Denny's.
At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, you'll discover why we pursue groundbreaking advances in safety. And you'll find our gold standard in the Lexus GX, RX, and ES. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Sunday night at 10, the Weather Channel's taking 3 new fat guys into the weather for a real taste of the wilderness.
It has a very interesting flavor. Dang, listen to those coyotes. It means they've just killed something. They stay away from the fire, right? Most of the time.
Fat Guys in the Woods. Catch an all-new episode Sunday night at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear. Chance of a shower or thunderstorm through the evening. Low 78. Tuesday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 91. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sunday night, the Weather Channel asks, so you think you'd survive raging rapids? So you think you'd survive Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Let's do some fancy footwork. Tap into new territory with style. Step up the savings and learn some new moves. Yeah, let's tango. Here, even here. Then, let's take a bow. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Modern tile, major savings. 12 by 24 ceramic tile is now just $148 per square foot.
What if there was a credit card where the reward was that new car smell and the freedom of the open road? A card that gave you that I'm 16 and just got my first car feeling. Presenting the Buy Power Card from Capital One. Redeem earnings toward part or even all of a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac with no limits. So every time you use it, you're not just shopping for goods. You're shopping for something great. Learn more at buypowercard.com.
All right, guys, continuing to watch a tornado warning for Newton County as from the National Weather Service in Jackson, calling it a radar-confirmed tornado, which I'm not quite sure what they're looking at, but I'll talk about this. And you can see what's going on here. This is the purple box actually indicating that radar confirmed. And again, this is the latest image on this. Before, it did have a pretty well-defined hook echo on it when it was just to the northwest of Decatur, and it is rotating. So let's take a look at the storm relative. You look at that and you think, wow, but there you see, kind of a gate-to-gate, the red and the green, indicating that rotation right there around that. But then let's ask and see the normalized rotation. Not much here at all. Also, correlation coefficient, nothing. Nothing that shows me that we have any objects that are not obscuring the radar or making it think it's something that besides a raindrop in through here. So again, going back in time, there you can see that little hook configuration right in through there, the little notch, certainly indicating or prompting that this has got rotation with it. Then you confirm that with a storm relative, and now it looks like it is mostly outflow dominated or gusting out. Still could be producing a tornado or maybe a land spout at this point, but we'll keep an eye on it, guys, as it moves off to the southeast of Decatur. Right now, just one radar confirmation, not something that's been confirmed visually on the ground. Chris, back to you.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Now, we are looking at what could be the hottest stretch of summer coming, and this is the reason why. Let's take a look at the setup. We do have a big area of high pressure that's going to be building. That trough is lifting out, and high pressure building into the southern plains and the Midwest. Also, the deep south going to be feeling some heat. Meteorologist Nick Walker is here now to talk about some of this heat. And Nick, for people who may be visiting the south in the hottest time of the year, when we're talking about what could be the hottest time of the summer,
this is not what they want to hear.
No, probably not.
I'm sorry, got bad news for you, but we've got a stretch coming, and let me show you where that's going to be. It's going to be in places that are frankly a little bit overdue for the heat. I mean, take Atlanta, for instance. You average 11 days a year, 95 and above. So far, you've had one. All right, so you're a little overdue for hot weather. Your hot day so far was 95 degrees August 7th. Last time it got that hot was way back last year. You've got a couple more coming here, 95 on Thursday, 97 on Friday. So a few more 95 plus notches in your belt coming by the time we get through this week. And a lot of us are going to feel that too. Look at this. Wednesday, 94 in Atlanta, 96 in Nashville. Nashville, you average 51 days a year of 90 and above. You've only had about 31 or so. So you're overdue for some heat, and you're going to see plenty of that come later on this week. As a matter of fact, we're going to see temperatures well above your averages by as much as, say, 8-9 degrees. Mid to upper 90s all week long and into the weekend. And boy, is it going to be humid here around Tallahassee, and hot too. Your average high being 92, you'll be well above that. Check on your elderly friends. It's going to get hot here by Thursday and Friday, a 100-degree temperature before we level it off a little bit in the upper 90s. Little Rock, Arkansas, no 100-degree days so far this year. Your average is 5, but look what's coming. 101 on Saturday, 102 on Sunday. Triple-digit weather ahead for you for the first time so far this summer. Your underheat advisories here around the southern, southeastern portions of Texas here, those go all the way through tomorrow and into tomorrow night. Expect to see those temperatures the next several days well above your averages, Chris. Again, something nobody wants to hear, but here it comes.
All right, Nick, thank you very much for that. And now our number 4 video. It comes from South Florida.
There is a tornado behind our house, as you can clearly see. You guys get in the house.
Get in the house indeed. A tornado in West Boca, Florida over the weekend. Tornado lasted for just about 2 minutes. We're going to have the rest of the top 5 videos coming up. We're also looking back at one of the most powerful hurricanes to make landfall in the United States. We're going to have that and the tropical update next.
How about over there?
What does it mean to have an unlimited mileage warranty on a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz? What does it mean to drive as far as you want for up to 3 years and be covered? It means your odometer is there to record the memories. During the Mercedes-Benz Certified Pre-Owned Sales event, now through September 2nd, you'll get complimentary prepaid maintenance and may qualify for a 2-month payment credit, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Each year, 95% of homeowners won't have a claim. But if you do, with Allstate, your rates won't go up just because of it. Claim Rate Guard from Allstate. Your home protects you, protect it back.
You know our brands, but you may not know we're a family. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Like Days Inn, where you can do everything under the sun. For a chance to win $1 million, visit WyndhamRewards.com.
Why do you want Intel-powered computers with special financing?
Wasn't my dress cute?
Everyone getting their work done?
Oh, you betcha. Reply all.
Busy, busy.
And in conclusion...
Because your family needs to always be productive.
Boom.
Well,
oh no.
Almost always. Get the HP All-in-One and now enroll back the Toshiba Touch with special financing with your Walmart credit card. The Intel processing power you want. Online and in-store. Save money. Live better. Walmart.
The Duralast is tough. It can take the cold and the heat. Trust me, this battery can beat up your battery. Duralast, proven tough. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
What makes Lay's Kitchen different from the rest? We pride ourselves on bold, authentic flavors with the finest ingredients. Our vegetables are farm-grown and prepared with the passion they deserve. Tangy peppers unite with the sweetness of tomatoes and onions to create our exquisite mesquite barbecue flavor. The satisfying crunch and rich flavors of Lay's kettle-cooked chips. One taste and you're in love.
Sunday night at 10, the Weather Channel's taking 3 new fat guys into the weather for a real taste of the wilderness.
It has a very interesting flavor. Dang, listen to those coyotes.
Sandals is all about love. We love to give you more than you expect, and it's all included all the time.
Had the time of my life. Do it all again. Do it all again.
Sandals gives you more quality inclusions than any other resorts on the planet.
Save up to 65%. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
Now through Tuesday, don't miss the ultimate sofa sale at Rooms To Go and understand it really is the ultimate chance to save because every Rooms To Go sofa without exception is on sale. Get unbeatable savings on plush leather sofas, reclining sofas, sleeper sofas, sectionals, and fabric sofas. Any sofa you see has been reduced to a shocking low price. Remember, opportunities like this don't happen every day. So shop the ultimate sofa sale at Rooms To Go now through Tuesday. Every sofa is on sale.
Code TV500 at Vistaprint.com.
I love my job.
Vistaprint.com.
Sunday night, the Weather Channel asks, so you think you'd survive raging rapids? So you think you'd survive Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear. Chance of a shower or thunderstorm through the evening. Low 78. Tuesday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 91. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Today is the anniversary of 2 major hurricanes to impact the Gulf Coast. Hurricane Camille made landfall in Mississippi as a Category 5 hurricane just minutes before midnight on August 17, 1969. Camille destroyed wind instruments, and so at first winds were estimated at 190 miles per hour, but later that was revised to 175 miles per hour. And with Camille, more than 130 people died. And Hurricane Alicia made landfall near Galveston, Texas on August 18th, 1983. The Category 3 hurricane had wind gusts up to 130 miles per hour and a storm surge up to 12 feet. Alicia was still a Category 1 hurricane when it hit Houston, about 40 miles inland. The hurricane spawned 22 tornadoes in less than 24 hours during landfall. And right now, 20 past the hour, it is time for the tropical update. For that, Storm Tracker Jim Cantore standing by. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, thank goodness we have nothing like that bearing down in the United States on this day, that's for sure. A couple of memorable storms. And two things about Camille. I remember being down on the Gulf Coast for Katrina and how people were saying to me, Jim, this can't be as bad as Camille. Camille was a Category 5. This is only expected to come in as a 3. The surge was actually worse in Katrina because of the size. So size matters in hurricanes, and we tried to teach that lesson later in Ike, which came in as a 2, but it had Category 4 surge with it. Speaking of Alicia, right there near the Texas coast. All right, so let's talk about Tropical Depression 12E. We're talking about the Pacific here this go around. This is probably going to be a tropical storm here and probably a hurricane as we go on in time, but it is going to stay away from all properties of land as it heads on off toward the north and west. And there you see Karina off to the west of that. Now remember, we're on the K-storm so far in the Pacific, while we're on the we haven't even had the C storm yet in the Atlantic. So we're talking about Tropical Depression 12E heading off to the north and west, becoming a tropical storm, as we mentioned, and eventually a tropical depression and a weakening system. But look at the moisture. We've been talking about how dry the Atlantic is. Look at the moisture that surrounds Tropical Depression 12E. I mean, that's an atmosphere that is conducive for something to develop and survive. And that's exactly what this is going to do, at least for a couple of days before it makes its way into cooler waters, which, as you know, is one of the main driving ingredients for a tropical system. So Karina's off to the west of that. That is also going to head westward and then northwestward as we go on in time. And there you can see our area to watch, which was an invest in the Atlantic Basin, but is no longer that, at least at the present time. So a lot of this kind of sitting down here on this monsoon trough, and every once in a while, you'll see a little swirl here and there where these air masses converge, or one of them has a little bit of an area that's faster than others on the north side of it. So you'll see a little bit of a speed, what we call max on this thing. But right now, just a 10% chance of developing here, and it's not because it doesn't have the spin. It just doesn't have the deep thunderstorms and the instability like we have in the Pacific side. So here's a closer look at this, guys. Again, you can see how the winds are coming in from the northeast here on the north side. Winds are coming in from the south. The convergent area in between all that we call the monsoon trough, and our areas of low pressure or spin right along that, which continue to traverse off to the west. These get strong enough, they kind of break off, and they make their way on off toward the west, but in this case, we don't expect those to do that. So for the time being, as we start to get into the heart of the Atlantic season, things remain quiet. Chris, back to you.
All right, Jim, thank you for that. Now we are halfway to our #1 video. The #3 video is from singer Rick Springfield. He was just about to perform, look at this, at the Montana State Fair. This was over the weekend. Storms blew through the area, and his concert was canceled. And his equipment didn't fare too well. Some of it was damaged, and also lost the tent there. And the fury of Hurricane Andrew, one of the hurricanes that will be in our Weather Channel special, the top 10 worst hurricanes, premiering at 8 Eastern. But first, Storm Tracker Jim Cantore will look back at some of his most memorable hurricanes next on Weather Center Live.
Love OPI color on your nails?
You know I do.
Then why not try it on your walls?
Say what?
It's the OPI color palette only from Clark & Kensington.
Tell me more.
Ace now offers the colors of OPI and paint for your home.
Am I dreaming?
Nope. Paint your walls to match your manicure with colors like Can't Find My Checkbook, even Don't Touch My Tutu.
Did she say tutu?
Sure did. It's the OPI color palette exclusively at the paint studio at Ace.
Ace is a place for helpful hardware folks.
Getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that words really can hurt you?
What?
Jesse, don't go! Jesse, no!
I'm sorry, Daisy, but I'm a loner, and a loner's gotta be alone.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
These cheesy bread dogs, the cheese is baked right into the bun.
It's what's on the outside that counts?
Huh. Prove that.
Count on the cheesy goodness of the new cheesy bread dogs. This is how you Sonic.
Some question physics. Some question gravity. And some even have the audacity to question improbability. These are some of the bold new Ram commercial trucks, built to blow your imagination. Guts, glory, Ram.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain. This is Humira helping me lay the groundwork. This is Humira helping to protect my joints from further damage. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works by targeting and helping to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms. Humira is proven to help relieve pain and stop further joint damage in many adults.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Take the next step. Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
Sunday night at 10, the Weather Channel's taking 3 new fat guys into the weather.
Game on.
For a real taste of the wilderness.
It has a very interesting flavor. Dang, listen to those coyotes. It means they've just killed something. They stay away from the fire, right? Most of the time.
Fat Guys in the Woods. Catch an all-new episode Sunday night at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear. Chance of a shower or thunderstorm through the evening. Low 78. Tuesday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 91. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Geeks, Sundays at noon on the Weather Channel.
Now on Weather Center Live, this, something our severe weather experts have never seen before. Lightning through the windshield of an SUV. The interior melted. Coming up, why these pictures have Dr. Greg Forbes and Jim Cantore so concerned. Welcome back to this edition of Weather Center Live. I'm Chris Warren. We're going to have expert analysis on those pictures in just a moment. But first, we are tracking some severe weather right now. And for the latest on that, let's go to Storm Tracker Jim Cantore. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, an active day. We got storms in Nebraska, western Nebraska with golf ball size hail. Some storms that have collapsed a little bit heading down toward Oklahoma City, but they produce 65-mile-per-hour winds. Storms have moved across to Alabama. We even had most recently even a tornado warning across southeastern parts of Mississippi, which has since been discontinued, thank goodness. Storms also moving through the Raleigh, North Carolina area. A couple of features I want to point out. This one up to the north here. This will be the main driver this week coming across the Great Lakes and off the northeast coast. And also this upper low. that's sitting here in Northern California. It is helping to pop up this ridge, which will move its way into the central United States, including the Mississippi Valley. So expect the heat to build in through here. So really, we expect some stormy conditions by midweek to kind of refocus back into Nebraska, South Dakota, and toward Minnesota as this disturbance exits, the ridge builds, and we watch our little ridge riders take over in the northern part of the country. All right, so when these thunderstorms kind of pool together, sometimes they can create a thunderstorm complex. We call it a mesoscale convective system sometimes, a mesoscale convective vortex. Here's the vortex right here, moving its way across Mississippi into Alabama. Just enough of a spin around this to give us a supercell, if you will, to the east of Jackson, west of Meridian, and that's what produced that tornado warning down there. But look at the storms racing now through western Georgia. These all came through Alabama, Birmingham down to Montgomery, produced a wind, some incredible looking clouds as well as they raced off to the east. And now you've got a lone warning there to the south and east of the Atlanta metro area, or actually the southeast of downtown. That is the metro area. The Tucker area in Georgia, out there toward just to the north of Stone Mountain, it looks like a little thunderstorm right there. Look at this, heading down Interstate 85. More storms, if you will, to the north of Columbus as well. So plenty of storm action out there for you tonight in and around Atlanta. You can see the skies lighting up there with a lot of lightning tonight right over downtown Atlanta and out toward Tucker and Snellville as these continue to work their way on off to the east. Brief heavy rain, gusty winds, and as you can see, a tremendous amount of lightning. All right, we take you down toward Charleston. Again, those storms are staying just to the north of Charleston, City Charleston, and there they are kind of lining up east-west. Lots of lightning here, Georgetown, all the way toward the beaches as well, so be on the lookout. Going to be a rough night. These should survive all the way to the beaches. And clusters of storms, one area, if you will, right there in eastern North Carolina, another one coming through Greenville and Kinston. Here's the Raleigh storms here, or actually here, and you can see them moving across I-85 and getting ready to move right into downtown Raleigh with, like Atlanta, quite a light show. Storms are collapsing here as they work their way south on I-35, but up around Enid earlier, 65-mile-per-hour winds with those storms now potentially 40 to 50 miles per hour as they drop off toward the south and east. All right, we are void of severe thunderstorm warnings here, but we have the flash flood warnings continuing to the west of Green Bay. We've already had a cluster of storms right in this region, and now another area is moving over the same pockets, and there have been measured amounts of 2 to 3.5 inches of rain. So this is pretty close to estimate here. This is a 3-hour rainfall estimation, 3.6 around the Wisconsin Rapids area, 1.5 to the west, southwest of Green Bay. So amongst our severe thunderstorms, guys, we do find storms that are also producing some very heavy rain. In this case, it's in central Wisconsin. Chris, back to you.
All right, Jim, thank you. Now, meteorologist Kim Cunningham is here. She's tracking where severe weather could be later this week. Kim.
All right, it looks like we're going to see some of the same places, Chris. We're going to start out looking here in the Midwest where severe weather is going to threaten us from Omaha to Minneapolis, Des Moines. This is for today and into the overnight hours with spotty hail and damaging winds. That's the big threat. We're not looking at a big tornado event over the next couple of days. We're going to watch this cold front working east. We've got the moisture. We've got the heat. We've got the front coming in. We've got the jet stream over the area. But nothing strong in the upper levels really to get these storms go into some kind of a tornadic thunderstorm. So that's the good news. We're just expecting hail and damaging winds at this time. Tomorrow, Chicago, that includes you, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, all the way up to Detroit and Columbus. Where you see the red, that's where the severe is. So just heads up tomorrow. If you're going to be out and about, just check in, look at your radar, make sure you got your phone with you, and see if severe storms heading towards you. Eventually, these storms are going to head to the Ohio Valley and also to the Mid-Atlantic states. The upper level trough will deepen. The two jet streams will merge over the Ohio Valley. So we got cold air aloft with this, but we also have the jet stream energy and we have the front in the area. So we're going to see showers and storms scattered about Pittsburgh, Charleston, D.C. over the next couple of days. Wednesday looks like a pretty good day if you're traveling up to New York City, but we could see some airport delays when you've got scattered storms around the megalopolis, or around some of the bigger cities. So Richmond, D.C., Philadelphia, all you guys looking at the potential for thunderstorms. And then here for the northern plains once again, expecting the potential for severe storms on Wednesday for Pierre, Aberdeen, Sioux Falls. We'll see this as well. So Chris, it does look like severe weather will be with us off and on through the week.
Thank you, Kim. Storm tracker Jim Cantore is with us right now because in about 20 minutes, we are away from now here on the Weather Channel, the premiere of the top 10 worst hurricanes. But before that airs, we wanted to get a personal ranking for from Jim Cantore here. And Jim, your experiences with the hurricanes that you've been in for your 27 years here at the Weather Channel, which are the ones that stand out with you?
Well, you know, first of all, this is Atlantic hurricanes.
Yes,
Atlantic U.S. hurricanes.
That you actually were covering.
Right, yeah. But Katrina is the one that was, you know, pretty life-changing. I mean, we're at an Armed Forces retirement home with 475 of our heroes, and the water's coming up after I was told that we were at 27 feet above sea level. So this was, you know, it boggles your mind when you're trying to put reality into what's actually happening there. It's like, wait a minute, this can't be surge over Camille or over 27 feet.
But were you at 27 feet?
We were not. We were not, because I went and checked the engineering. No, we were told we were at 27 feet.
So you were under the impression that
I was under the impression. Okay. So I went back and checked the engineering specs. We were at 20. So, you know, here it is.
Still 20 feet above sea level.
This is 25. This is about 25 feet above sea level right here, where I'm standing. So I'm inland.
Right.
And we're at 20. You know, 19, 20 feet where I'm standing. So we're at about 22 feet above.
Roughly how far away did you say you were?
From the ocean? From the ocean?
Yeah, where the beach should have been?
I'd say 250 yards.
Wow.
All right, it's about 250 yards. So either way, what happened there and what unfolded afterward, the images in my mind, you know, casinos sitting in the middle of the road, you know, death, just looking at boats that were in the middle of second floor buildings. I mean, just something that you would only see Chris Warren on a movie set.
Now, Andrew, that's also made your list.
That was my first storm that I ever covered.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the first of number 80. I've covered 80 of these so far, tropical systems. And here I am with a full head of hair, buddy. It was starting to go, but it wasn't gone yet. There you can see that. But I got the chance to cover the storm. They asked me.
And where were you?
I was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
And I was on the 16th floor. The storm stalled over the bayou. My air conditioner unit of the window blew in at about 3:30 in the morning. I got up and I called my producer. I said, we got to go live. We got to go live. And we went live, literally starting before the sun came up.
And I interrupted you. You said they asked you. You're starting to tell me something.
No, yeah. The Weather Channel asked me if I wanted to go out and cover the second landfall of Andrew, because remember, it went into Florida first, and I saw what it did down there. But, you know, to get a chance to go out and actually be in what we talk about and show on Matt Product all day. I mean, it's an extension of my childhood. I loved being out in the weather as a child. I love being out in it as an adult.
And that was Andrew.
And now I get to help people.
Your first time.
Yeah.
And also making your list, Sandy, Irene, and Fran.
Oh, yeah. Irene, that's the first time I've ever seen social media really tell us what the storm's truly doing in real time. You know, because we didn't really know about Vermont until we started seeing it come on social media. And everyone thought, oh, wow, we're just hyping the storm. And then all of a sudden, I'm seeing pictures in Vermont that I know cannot happen without something really bad going on here. And that's how that unfolded.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Again, at the top of the hour, the top 10 worst hurricanes premieres on the Weather Channel. And right now, we are almost to our #1 video of the day. This one comes to us from China. It's number 2. And we've talked about this this tidal surge before, but look at that.
People get hurt, dude. That's terrible.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear. Chance of a shower or thunderstorm through the evening. Low 78. Tuesday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 91. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Brought to you by Terminex, fighting a war against pests for over 85 years.
We fight a war against every foul pest that haunts your home. Backed by 85 years of experience and the strongest guarantee in the business, it's not exactly a fair fight. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
Imagine the luxury of not being here. The power you want with the fuel economy you dream of. Performance with a conscience. This is Volvo, innovating for you.
Remember the hassle of vacuuming before the Dyson DC59 Motorhead? Before our direct drive cleaner head increased brush power to out-clean the 5 best-selling full-size vacuums across carpets and hard floors without the hassle of a cord.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with K9 Advantix 2. Its broad-spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. K9 Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
Let's try on a new coat, one that covers better, lasts longer, and protects us from the elements, inside and out. Let's go to the place with the best paint. Take it home for less. Then rock and roll. Let's do the one thing that changes everything. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Right now, Behr Premium Plus paint with an easy clean finish, just $23.96 a gallon.
Ellen?
What?
I just got an email about a sale on flights to Paris, but it's about to end.
Oh.
I can't find her notepad with passwords on it.
Maybe the den.
My bedside table?
I'll check.
Never mind. Sale's over.
Meet Dashlane, the solution to your password problems. Access your passwords everywhere and automatically log into every site, all with ironclad security. Trusted by millions. Go to Dashlane.com and get it for free today.
Want to know how hard it can be to breathe with COPD? It can feel like this. COPD includes chronic bronchitis and emphysema. Spiriva is a once-daily inhaled COPD maintenance treatment that helps open my airways for a full 24 hours. You know, Spiriva helps me breathe easier.
Spiriva Handihaler Tiotropium Bromide Inhalation Powder does not replace rescue inhalers for sudden symptoms. Tell your doctor if you have kidney problems, glaucoma, trouble urinating, or an enlarged prostate. These may worsen with Spiriva. Discuss all medicines you take, even eye drops. Stop taking Spiriva and seek immediate medical help if your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes or eye pain, or problems passing urine. Other side effects include dry mouth and constipation.
Nothing can reverse COPD. Spiriva helps me breathe better.
Does breathing with COPD weigh you down? Don't wait to ask your doctor about Spiriva Handihaler.
And before we get to the number 1 video, we're going to recap numbers 5 through 2. The winds associated with storms associated with the Arizona monsoon there, you can see. Also, we have number 4, a tornado caught on camera, and a storm in Montana State Fair. This is from Rick Springfield's crew. They're trying to do a concert. That got canceled. And then an actual tidal wave. Tide coming in upper river in China and splashing up against, it looks like the breakwater there, the river wall, knocking some people over too. Big mess there. Kim Cunningham, Nick Walker are here. What video stands out to you guys of the top 4, or the first 4?
My heart goes out to Rick Springfield and the guitarist. I'm a guitar player.
Right, you are.
And I hate to hear that any guitar or amplifier has gotten destroyed from any kind of weather.
And there was some damage, right? So they did.
Yeah, so the tank get blown away. I think he mentioned that a couple guitars were lost. And
now I'm told that they actually played a little scaled-down concert after the weather blew over.
At a different stage or something?
On a different stage, without the lights, without the big sound system. They just did a little sort of informal concert out in a courtyard area. So the show went on, of sorts. I guess they found the guitar.
But you always worry about situations like this.
Yes. We've seen what can happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if they had any kind of warning. It'd be interesting to find out about that.
Well, the good news is that no one was sent to the General Hospital, where Rick Springfield is the doctor, I understand.
That's right. Dr. Noah Drake. Love him.
All right. Let's go right now to the number 1 video, and something that can take people off guard a lot of times. Lightning right out the back door, it looks like.
Wow, perfectly centered, too, right between there.
Right, Palm Beach, Florida. This was over the weekend near a hotel in Palm Beach, the Breakers Hotel in Palm Beach, Florida.
Wow, very lucky. Very lucky that wasn't any closer, but wow. No, perfect timing on that.
Right in between the gate there.
That's what I mean, right? Right. I mean, it was just like centered perfectly right in there.
Now, I looked this up. I understand there's actually a cheerleading squad called the Palm Beach Lightning. So now they have their little token video, I guess they can use.
Right. Lightning capital of the world. I mean, we're talking about Florida, so.
And also talking about Florida and what lightning can do, we want to show you some pictures right now. This is pretty amazing here. This even caught the eyes of our severe weather expert, Storm Tracker Jim Cantore. Pretty amazing stuff. You might say, hey, it's lightning, but it strikes, but you don't usually see things like this. Lightning going through a windshield of an SUV, melting the interior. So let's go right now to the two gentlemen, Storm Tracker Jim Cantore and our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, join us right now. And guys, why is this so rare?
Well, I got to tell you, this all started at about 5 o'clock when I saw both of these pieces of video, and my eyes just went, you got to be kidding me. This is incredible. The first video is the one you just showed, Chris, about the lightning bolt, where this is not slow motion. This is not, typically you see these channels ionized like this, but we slow down the video so you can see the flashes. This isn't slowed down. So, you know, this usually happens, what did Dr. Williams say? Well, it's a couple of hundredths of a second?
Yeah, the typical spacing between these return strokes within an individual flash is about 20 milliseconds, which is a lot less than the eye can resolve. So the eye typically just blurs them all together and you see one flash. These are so far apart time-wise that you can actually see the individual one. So that is really, really unusual, really rare.
So the second piece is the one you talked about, Chris, where we actually had a lightning bolt that looks like it went right through a car windshield and essentially obliterated and melted the interior of the car. Looks like it blew out the airbags as well. That's where the dust, I think, is coming from in that. So now, you know, does this say to us, oh, are you not safe in your car?
Well, you're never 100% safe, but you've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. And we talked to lightning researcher Earl Williams of MIT, who's been studying lightning for decades. He's never seen anything like this. So this is pretty much a one-of-a-kind event. Usually it hits the metal body of the vehicle and then continues down and arcs its way between the rims of the tires down to the ground. Now sometimes it blows out the tires in the process. Once in a while there'll be a little burn mark in the chassis of the vehicle, but none of us have ever seen anything that went through the windshield like that. Earl suggested maybe that the water layer that was on there allowed it to build up a little bit of a charge and arc through that way, but still there's lots of times we get lightning with rain. This is an extremely rare, unique event.
Yeah, both of these pieces of video, and we saw them in one full swoop here. So lightning continues to remain an amazing mystery to all of us, even though you are safe inside and inside your car most of the time, Dr. Forbes. Stick around, guys. We'll take a look at the tropics in just a moment.
You pay your auto insurance premium every month on the dot. You're like the poster child for paying on time. And then one day, you tap the bumper of a station wagon. No big deal until your insurance company jacks up your rates. You freak out. What good is having insurance if you get punished for using it? Hey, insurance companies, newsflash. Nobody's perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Creek Stewart, Weather Channel survival expert. Every Sunday night, we're taking 3 regular guys deep into the woods.
Are you serious?
Where we'll teach them not just to survive,
Show me fire,
but how to truly live.
Look at this caveman.
Show yourself